I think the main thing that's different about this project is how much bigger it is. On previous projects, I normally work with around 3 or 4 people and we all act in it as well as do the production side. But for this project we have a production team of 6 and a cast of 4, so it's just generally a lot bigger. Well, this film is more important than any of the other films that we're going to make because this is the sort of test film. So for this film, I think we're going to have learnt the most. We've learned a lot about the pre-production process, especially around the schedule and the script. You really need to nail those things if you're going to do a good production. And that's something that I think was kind of not so good about this film. My favourite scene to film was probably the interrogation scene, purely because it was a fun day filming. There wasn't that much of a deadline, so it was quite easy in that regard. But also, we encountered quite a big problem in that there was only one black wall that we could film against. So with every time we changed the shot, we had to also rotate the set to make it seem like there was 4 black walls rather than just the one. So I think that was quite a cool thing to do, and we encountered a problem and we got over that problem. And the end result, I think, looks quite good. The most challenging scene was probably the car park scene. That's the end scene. The reason for that mainly, I would say, was that it took a lot longer than we anticipated. It's by far the longest scene of the film and the most technical scene of the film. And yeah, it took probably around 10 hours to film the entire thing. So yeah, it was quite a long day.
Well, I think the reason I wanted to write a noir is just because I wanted to write something completely different to what I usually would write, which is quite simplistic stories, which I did back when I did start writing, which is when I did start writing The Deal. Many changes happened, especially in the first stages of writing the script. As we originally had, I think it was a couple of other scenes, and there was another character at the key with Victor. I think the reason we got rid of that was just mainly because it didn't really make much sense down the line, as this other character didn't really add anything, I didn't think anyway, and everyone else in the crew thought the same way. The other character was a character that Victor meets later on in the film, who tries to warn him of all the stuff that is about to happen on the stuff on the rooftop. And yeah, we got rid of that character just because, same as the first one, didn't really add anything. It just kind of just dragged the film on unnecessarily, I think. The thing that I found quite interesting about writing this film is that the femme fatale isn't really known straight away. There's no immediate female character at all. Well, there's the wife implied, but I don't think the audience can really get the sense of what that character is really like, as the wife is just known as the wife. There isn't really any explanation to what she does or what she's done to get in that situation at all. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting that we don't really know of the femme fatale till the very, very end. With Charlie's character, I think it's quite interesting is, again, I don't think the audience can exactly know what his intentions are at the beginning. He just wants, obviously, to help Victor. He doesn't really want, well, I don't think the audience would ever guess of him doing anything to counteract that. Yeah, I thought the final version of the film was a good interpretation of the script. Obviously there's bits that obviously have changed with characters and stuff, but I think overall I think it turned out pretty accurate to what I think the script is like. The key especially is probably 99% accurate, as we did think of another location to begin with, like further along the quay, but that changed. But again, I think that definitely is the most accurate scene in the film. Interrogation scene, I think that works extremely well. Again, very well shot, very well directed. Works really well. And yeah, I think overall it works incredibly well.